Hello everyone, I am Shweta and welcome to my channel Analytics by Shweta. In today's video, we will learn ranking in Excel. If you see our data, we have various products given along with their categories and the sales. So let's first start with the rank formula. So you write rank. And if you see here, a message is there, it's compatibility with 2007. So rank is not that much used right now. We have an alternate function instead of rank, but I'll show you how rank works. So first you need to give your number. So we give this number. Then we say in what you need to rank it. So I want to rank the complete sales. So I lock the sales. And then I say 0 because I want it in descending order and I enter it. So if you see wherever 1 is there, that is our highest sales. And if you see here, we have two values with the same numbers. So we see we have rank and we have one more with the same value. So all this is given as rank 1. Now since we have three values with the same number and all three are given rank 1, so the next rank is directly 4. If you see here, we have a next rank which directly goes to 4 because we do not have a 2 and 3 because 2 and 3 are we have a same number in 1 itself. So it is skipping 2 and 3 and directly giving 4. So I'll just remove the fill from now. And for easy reference, I will just go here and I will just sort it so you understand it in a much better way. And I sort it. Let me do descending. So if you see 3 with 1s, so next is directly 4 because 2 and 3 is already taken by 1 itself. Now, as I said, rank is no longer used. So instead of that, rank.eq is used. It works in a similar fashion as rank and there's no difference between what you get in the results. So I say I want this number, then I want it across this range and give me in descending order and I drag it down. So we get the same answer. The next is rank average. So I say rank average, this number of sales in this range and give me a 0 and I enter. Now you see we get 2 over here. What does this 2 mean? Why is it not 1? If you see, we have 3 number 1 ranks. So in reality, how does rank average calculate? It says this is rank 1, this is rank 2, and this is rank 3. And the sum of this is 6. And 6 divided by the count, that is 6 divided by 3, gives me 2. So that is how you get 2, which is the average rating of these 3. Wherever it is 1, we get the same rank, but wherever you have multiple values, you get it in an average format. So this is 11, so the next would be 12. 11 plus 12 divided by 2 gives me 11.5. So I hope you understood how rank average works. I will just remove the fill. Now rank numbers not skipped. So this is a little different and difficult formula. I will just write it and then I'll show. First you say sum product. Then you say this value of sales is less than or equal to the entire sales. And you divide that by count. If you say this entire range and again you give this entire range and you close it and you close it and you do enter. So right now I am just hiding the rank and I am hiding the rank average. So now if you see here, we get 111 and here also we get 111. But here it is taking 4 because 2 and 3 is already here. So it's skipping those and directly going to 4. But here, if you see, we do not get that skipped value. We get 2 and then we get 3 and then we get 4. So how is this formula evaluated? So what you need to do is you select your formula and go to formula and evaluate formula. So let us just evaluate this formula. First it is saying is C2 less than or equal to C2 to C18. Let's press evaluate. So it says 1495, which is the first value. Is it less than 14795 or equal to? So 1495 is equal to. So it says true. So the first value we get true. Similarly, for the second value, it says whether it's equal or less than the same value. So it is true. So for these three values, we get true. Then it goes here. And then it says, is 1495 less than or equal to 1428? So we get the answer false. So for all this, we get the answer false. So this particular cell is evaluated against each and every record over here. Once we do that, these trues and values, so a true means 1 and a false means 0. Then we go to our countif function and let's also evaluate the countif. So the countif is counting how many times does this value occur in the entire list. So 1495, it's occurring 3 times. Again 1495, it is occurring 3 times. Again 1495, it is occurring 3 times. 1428, it occurs once. And so it continues across. Then what it does is, these trues are ones. So this 1 over here of this first true is divided by the first 3 over here. Then the second true is divided by the second 3. And the third true is divided by the third 3. Then the fourth one, which is a false, is divided by 1. And we continue to do so. And then finally we add up all those values together and we finally get the rank, which is 1. So the difference in using this is we don't get this skipped version of 4, we get 2. But this is not an inbuilt rank formula. You have to use a combination of 2 functions of sum product and countif to achieve this. Let's see one more example. You go here and you say rank.eq, give your C2, where, and give me in 0. Then you go and say count if, then you say the first one to itself and lock the first cell completely and second cell do not lock it. And then put it in C2 once again. So we are saying countif the whole range to itself and it's a running range. That is C2 to C2. Then once we move down, it will see C2 to C3, C2 to C4 and C2. And then we minus 1 from here. And we say OK. Now if you see, we do not get ones over here. We get first one gets 1, second gets 2, third gets 3. So how is this formula evaluated? So first for 1495, it will say what is the rank. So we get the rank as 1. So then it says in this particular cell, that is C2 to C2, how many times is 1495 occurring? So in this particular cell, 1495 is occurring only once. So we say 1 minus 1 and plus the rank, which is 1. So we get it as 1 plus 0. So 1 plus 1 minus 1, that is 1 plus 0, and you get it as 1. Once we go here, we again get the first section as rank 1. But for the second function, it says from C2 to C3, this 1495 has occurred 2 times. So this COUNTIF will give 2 over here. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. And the first one anyhow gives us the rank. So 2 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1. That is 1 plus 1. And that is how you get the answer 2 over here. I'll explain once again. This portion will count since it's a running range. So C2 to C3. So it is looking at this range. And COUNTIF will return 2. So 2 minus 1 will give you 1. So here we get 2 minus 1 as 1. And this anyhow gives you 1, which is a normal rank. So 1 plus 1, the answer is 2. I hope you enjoyed all these formulas till now. Now we will be looking at something called as grouped rows. So what we will do first is we will go here and let us just sort by the category so that we have all the categories together. Now I'll just remove the highlights from here. And this formula which we had used, the sum product and COUNTIF, I will just copy this formula and put it over here. Now what I will do is here before the COUNTIF, before the sum product closes, I will write multiply by, and then I'll open a bracket. I will say this particular category is equal to, and I will select the whole range of the category, and then I will close that particular. So I have said is this category is equal to this whole range of categories. So the first cell will evaluate with each and every cell and say if it is the same category or no. And I will just enter it. So now you see we get it in a decimal format. Let me just reduce the decimal. And let me just increase the font. Now we have it in decimal. Next, what you need to do is go at the start of your formula and say round up, and at the end do comma and 0 as you want to round up completely. And I will just. So now if you see, we have our ranks. So let's look at first just the flower. We have 1495, 1495, which is the first one, 1403, which is the second one, and so on. Let's put this also as 1403. So you see we get 2 ranks, and then we get 3, and then we get 4. In fruits, if you see, I'll just highlight fruits in a different color. 1495, 1495, we get 1. Then 1428, we get 2, and so on. Let's put this also as 1400. You see, we get 3. So how does this formula work? I have already explained to you how this formula works. Then what it does is it will calculate where the category is equal to the same category in a running fashion, and if it is true it will return a 1, and if it's false it will return a 0, and then that answer which we get is multiplied by this ones and zeros, and that's how you get your answer in decimal points. Now once you get your answer in decimal points, we need to have a complete figure. We don't want 0.7 or 0.8 to be shown. We want 1 to be shown. So we round it up completely. That is why we write round up before the formula, and then we put a 0 over here. And in this way, we get a grouped ranking. So this is like a rank if you would say rank if based on condition. So there is no inbuilt rank if function in Excel. So this will help you kind of get that particular answer. So we have looked at multiple functions. I will just unhide all the columns. And one more is there. Yeah. So you see all the formulas: rank EQ, rank average. So we have rank EQ, rank average. Numbers not skipped is this sum product. Continuous ones is this, where we use the rank and countif function. I will just sort this largest to smallest so you understand it better. So you see the rank differences which we have completely between each of this. Here we have 3 ones and then directly 4. And here also the same thing. So these two formulas behave exactly the same way. This is an average because we have 3 with the same thing. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. The sum of all this is 6, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. That's how you get this rank average. Here if you see, we have ones and then we don't have 4. We have the next number, which is 2. And it goes so on. So we are not skipping any numbers over here. In this, we do not have multiple ones. If you see, all 3 have the same value, but we have given 1 as 1, 1 as 2, and 1 as 3. And the grouped one I have already shown you. I am not sorting the categories once again. So it depends on how you want the rank to be shown. Do you want the skipped values to be shown, or do you want numbers not skipped, or do you want something where there are no duplicates? For example, you want a sorted list, so you do not want any duplicates, but you want each and every number in the list, or you want via different categories, departments, via various groups. So use the rank function which suits your requirement the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more updates. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.